Good morning. Today is a travel day. Salt Lake City, Utah to Baker, Nevada, home of Great Basin National Park. Let's hit the road. A little bit of history about the area where Great Basin National Park resides. So the land between the Wasatch Mountains, which was just to the east of where we're coming from in Salt Lake City, so the land between that and the Sierra Nevadas, which basically shield California from the rest of the country, that area between those two ranges is called the Great Basin. It's about 113,000 square miles, and it's basically a vast sagebrush ocean. Now, as you near Nevada, you get on US Route 50, and if you're familiar with this route, it's one of the first routes across the country. It goes through some very desolate parts of the United States, and especially in Nevada, it's commonly referred to as the loneliest road in the country. And after traveling just a portion of it as we entered into Nevada, I can certainly see why.
Here's our campsite near Great Basin National Park. Basically, it's a gravel parking lot, but that's all right. It afforded us real close access to the park. We were only a few hundred yards from the road that took you into the park, so very convenient.
We're at the Lehman Visitor Center getting ready to take our cave tour. Looking forward to it. I think it's about a 90-minute tour, and I think we walk about a little over a half a mile.
Marine organisms that die, plankton falls down, they have calcium carbonate in their shells.
Mule deer, Great Basin National Park. Ooh, there he goes. I'll go ahead and talk about the bristlecone tree while we've in an area on the trail where there's not a lot of wind. The bristlecone is a very, very tough tree. It can withstand some extreme conditions. It's native to Nevada, Utah, and California. I think those are the only 3 states that you find them in. They are the oldest trees anywhere. I think I've heard they found them up to 4,000 years old. They grow really slow. They're very dense. Even when they die, it takes them forever to decompose because they're so dense. So we're kind of looking forward to seeing these. This tree is one of the main attractions at Great Basin National Park. So we'll check them out here in a little bit. This tree is 3,200 years old and still living. It was born in 1230 BC. Amazing. The age of a tree is determined by counting the number of growth rings in a cross section of its trunk. These annual rings occur because trees grow in yearly surges which take place during the spring and summer. This tree is between 3,100 and 3,300 years old. Some bristlecones are nearly 5,000 years old, the oldest living things in the world. They are found on extremely rugged sites in many of the high mountains of the Southwest. Here in Great Basin National Park, their grotesque beauty and scientific value are particularly evident.
I really like that trail. We saw some wildlife and very rocky trail, probably the rockiest hike we've done since we started our travels. But the trees, the bristlecone trees, were really, really neat. Never seen anything like that.
So we're wrapping it up. We're going to head back down to the RV, hang out with the dogs, grab some lunch. Maybe watch a movie this afternoon and relax, and then tomorrow we'll find something else to do. Well, this is called the Summit Trail, over 13,000 feet. So when we left the campground, we were around 5,500 feet. We drove up to about 10,000 feet on a scenic drive, and now we're on the hike. They say the hike takes between 4 and 10 hours. Being the expert hikers that we are, it would take us well over 4 hours, I'm sure. We got off to a little bit of a late start today, so there's no way we're going to go all the way to the top. But we're going to go as far as we can. Should be fun. Well, the battery on my camera went dead, and I brought a spare, but it doesn't do much good when you leave the spare in the car. So I'm going to have to use the phone for the rest of the time. Apologize in advance if it's a little bit unstable, but I'll do the best I can do.
Not sure if you can see it, but there's a a windmill farm down there. Well, this has been an incredible journey so far. I think it's taken us about 3 hours so far, and I honestly didn't think we were going to make it to the top. But now I think we're going to make it to the top. This will undoubtedly be the biggest hiking accomplishment we've ever had. I'm not going to speak too soon. So, here we go.
This is a killer hike.
I can barely breathe. A little further to go to reach this peak up here. This isn't the tallest mountain in Nevada, but I think it only lacks about 50 feet from being the tallest mountain in the state. And we climbed it. Unbelievable. It took us about 4 hours. Check out this shelter they built up here. I'm sure the wind can be unbelievable at times. It's actually not too bad up here at the top today. Let's take a look at what this thing looks like inside. Pretty cool. Well, we made it. Never in my wildest dreams did I feel we'd make it all the way to the top. Over 13,000 feet in elevation. 3,000 foot elevation climb for us today. It took us about 5 hours to get up here. So, should go quicker going down, but it'll be very treacherous going down too. But feel very happy to have made the climb. What do you think?
Yep, I was worried there for a while we weren't going to do it. It was so hard. So much rocks, and sometimes you're literally getting down on your hands to do it. Yeah, and the wind. The wind was blowing so hard. That was hard too.
Here's a book you sign when you get to the top. Looking up there, I can't believe we climbed that. And I'll tell you what, it's going to take us days to recover. Well, we're going to wrap up Great Basin National Park with this hike. It was truly a memorable day. Absolutely one of the hikes that I'm most proud of ever. So, one that we'll always remember. So we're going to head back to the RV. Soak our feet. Take the dogs out for a walk because I'm sure they've missed us.
Take some leave.
Because we've been gone almost 8 hours. It took us 4 hours to get up there. I miscalculated. And I think about 2.5 to get back. So, great time at Great Basin National Park, and we'll catch you at the next destination. Coming up, we're gonna take a little hike towards what's called a bristlecone pine grove. The bristlecone, I can't even say it.
Bristlecone.